Hey everybody, welcome back to another beer review. So what I have here is, I'm going to say the name wrong because I don't know how to say it, Saint Feuillien, I'm guessing, Saison Belgian Farmhouse Ale. So there, I haven't opened it yet, but that's what it looks like. So I'm going to rotate it. Since it's not open, I can do that. Pretty basic, red can with some hops on the bottom. It's 11.2 ounces. Brewed and canned by Saint Feuillien, I guess, Brewery in Belgium. Farmhouse and the Saison Ale are pretty much the same thing. These were typically made in the spring as a summer beer for the farm laborers. Saison means season in French. This is an all-year-round beer. It's not seasonal. In general, most of them are available year-round. At least the ones from Belgium are. It's 6.5% alcohol. I have no idea what the IBUs are. A traditional farmhouse ale with all the rich savor. A warm golden blonde with top fermented ale yeast. Fermented in the secondary. Oh, I see. 2 fermentations are done in this. Has an unmistakable flavor of richness and tang. A little under $4. I think it was about $3.75. They don't give any indication what the ingredients are. In fact, most Belgian beers don't. My thoughts would be Pilsner malt, probably maybe another malt was added in there. Could be anything. Hops are most likely noble variety, which would be a German and maybe a Czech style. They would have used some type of Saison yeast. I'm anticipating this being light body, maybe medium body, but it should not be more than that. 6.5% alcohol. No IBUs are listed, but it's not going to be hoppy. They should be a light color, clear or mostly clear. Saison yeast is typically known to give peppery, spicy, perhaps floral and fruity notes. They're really not known for heavy malt flavors. Not going to pour too much because I don't have much in the can. It is an orange color. What's on the screen is a little brighter than what I see. Paper thin head, in fact, has died down. There was a little more, as you may have seen. Very hazy. The haze is probably caused from the yeast not flocculating, which means it doesn't, when the fermentation's over, it doesn't clump together and fall out of the beer, clarifying it. It stays in suspension. Normally the Saisons I have are clear, but not all of them, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be. Yep, I get faint teasings of pepper and spice out of the nose. Even more faint fruit, but I can't even tell you what that is. It does taste light body, mostly sticks to my tongue, in fact almost entirely. Just kind of grabs a hold of my tongue. I get fruit out of it. I was thinking like peach or mango or apricot, light colored fruit like that. Very nice. And the fruity flavors are not strong and overpowering. A little bit goes to the back of my throat, or the back of my mouth I should say, but not too much. Falling off to the side, not to the background where else. A little bit of spicy fruit in there. There's a little sweetness, possibly a little bread to it. I'd almost dare to say some candy notes, potentially. Every time I take a sip, I get more fruits hitting my tongue and just grabbing a hold of it. There are no toasted, caramel, toffee, roasted, any flavors like that, which would not be appropriate. This beer is not hoppy at all. There's no hop bitterness to it. What may be mistaken for that is actually spicy, peppery notes from the yeast. I wouldn't call it thin. It may be a little watery, but not much at all. I don't feel this is a terribly complex beer. It's pretty basic for a Saison. The flavors focus on peppery, fruity, spicy, and then a little bit of sweetness. So there's a few different dimensions to it. It's pretty well done there. a piece of fruit rind, kind of licking that and getting the flavors of it. That's what I think here. I'm thinking maybe some peach, some mango, plum possibly, maybe a little bit grape in there. The peach flavors or the other light fruits, that's the primary flavors I get here. Out of the can, it tastes a little more medium body. It's still coating my tongue and covering that. It's still, at the back of my throat a little bit, but primarily on my tongue, and just a very slow dissipate, fall off the sides. The flavors out of the can are pretty much the same. It's still sweet, fruit, maybe a touch of bread, malt in there. There's no off flavors I can tell in this. Chemical, sharp, diacetyl, fusel alcohols, rotten fruit, stuff like that, but nope, none of that. Will I buy it again? Occasionally. Just doesn't have those common pepper spices that I really want. Fruity flavors that have a little bit of bitterness to them stick around. It's not really pleasant on my palate, so it'd be a very occasional beer. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. I think overall it's pretty a well done Saison, even though it's not so much for my palate. But I would still recommend it if you like farmhouse Saison beers. I think it's okay. It's not the best one I've had, but I think it's, in my opinion, it's fairly average. I like the pronounced fruit, but the fruit in this one just tastes a little bit off to me. I like the pepper and spicy to be a little more noticeable. The fruit take more of a backseat. And this one, the fruit is more the most noticeable aspect of the whole beer. St. Feuillien, I guess? I don't know. Farmhouse Saison. It is available in bottle form. If you have tried this beer and have any comments to add, I'd like to hear them. Always like to get input from other drinkers. That's all I have for this review. I'm going to finish off this beer and move on to something else. Cheers.